Welcome to the audio version of Language Learners Hub. In this episode, we're going to be talking about how to master a new language through cultural immersion. Are you someone who wants to learn a new language and understand the accompanying culture? Cultural immersion is one of the most effective methods for language learning. As you surround yourself with native speakers and their culture, this enables you to target the language you want to learn. In this article, or this audio version, you'll understand more about cultural immersion, why it's important, how you can immerse yourself into new countries and experiences to learn a new language without it becoming overwhelming. So, to get started, what is cultural immersion? Cultural immersion is the process of immersing yourself in a new culture by interacting with local people and learning about and experiencing their culture firsthand. It is one of the best ways to gain a deeper understanding of differences in other cultures, languages, food, beliefs, and communities, and of course, so much more. Regardless of your reason for experiencing a new culture, whether it's studying abroad or visiting for your holiday, there are many ways you can incorporate cultural immersion into your plans. So now you know what cultural immersion is. Why is it so important? Before you understand why it's important, you need to know that the overall mission is learning new languages, as well as linguistics. If you want to learn a new language, communicate in this language, immerse yourself in the culture, and speak a new language. Being able to immerse yourself will help you pick up any mistakes and learn new vocabulary, as well as slang or additional things which you may not traditionally learn or be able to. In addition, cultural immersion is important because you need to be able to spend quality time with people who create the new culture. Learning language is the main goal, and utilising cultural immersion will help you improve your overall accent and fluency. Listen to native speakers each day, as well as friends or strangers on the street, on the radio, or in social settings, will help you improve your accent. However, as this will affect your accent, it's important to choose carefully, as you want to be able to adapt this for the language you're speaking, as well as the location. For example, if you want to learn Spanish, being able to go to Peru or Colombia or different places, this will affect your accent and how you speak, as well as how you pronounce words in your target language. So, ideally, one of the most important questions which you need to be able to understand: how exactly do you immerse yourself in culture? If you're travelling, this isn't just about being a tourist. It's also about understanding the new culture and the world from which you're not used to. So, here are a few ways to immerse yourself in culture. Number 1. Join local traditions and events. One of the best ways to immerse yourself in a culture is to participate in local traditions and events. This will include communities while celebrating the values and histories of a new culture you're exploring. As a prominent example, visit Mexico for the Day of the Dead festival. Helps you understand the traditions while also interacting with the natives. Number 2. Actually learning the language. Language is one of the best ways, although it can be difficult, but it'll help you in immersing into the culture. This is mainly because you can communicate with the native people, even if you're learning a few basic phrases in the local language. It can help you interact with people and break down the barriers. Although it isn't necessary to be fluent, being able to say hello, please, and thank you can help in conversations while ordering food and interacting with friends in the new world. Number 3. Exploring the local art and music. In many cultures and places around the world, art and music can be highly linked to the identity and history locally to the different cities and places around the world. In addition, as well as finding new activities to do, attending a concert or a museum can help you understand more about the art and music, which helps bring more life to the culture. So, now you understand how to immerse yourself in a culture and why it's so important. The next one is, what are the benefits? Immersive language learning can significantly improve your fluency in a language by exposing yourself to the natural environment. This will lead you to improving your speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills. In addition, you're able to improve your accent in the language you're wanting to improve. However, as mentioned previously, be careful. In addition to these reasons, here are a few more benefits why you should Include immersive learning into your strategy for learning a new language. Number 1. Achieve fluency faster with immersive language learning. Immersive language learning drastically accelerates fluency in immersive learners in a real-world communication. This exposure ensures you're not just memorizing vocabulary, but actively applying it in conversations, reading, and writing. Immersion also strengthens your grasp of grammar structures and helps you intuitively understand sentence flow, making language use more natural. Whether through travel, immersive programs, or surrounding yourself with the media and the target language, this approach mimics or helps you mimic how native speakers acquire their skills. Number 2. Boost your communication skills through natural practice. Immersion allows you to practice speaking and listening in real-life scenarios. This will help you hone your conversation abilities in your target language. By engaging with native speakers or participating in authentic conversations, you'll naturally pick up colloquial expressions, slang, and regional accents. Over time, you'll refine your pronunciation and develop a keen ear for understanding various speech patterns. This practical experience allows you to handle day-to-day situations confidently and communicate more effectively in diverse social and professional settings. Number 3. Deepen your cultural understanding through immersion, language immersion. Language and culture are deeply intertwined, and immersion provides a front row seat to the nuances of your target language. Through direct exposure to traditions, idiomatic expressions, and social behaviors, you will gain insights that textbooks cannot provide you. Understanding cultural norms, such as greetings, body language, and tone, enriches your learning experience and ensures you communicate respectfully and appropriately. This cultural appreciation makes you a more empathetic and effective communicator in your target language. Number 4. Sharpen cognitive skills with immersion-based learning. Immersion doesn't just teach you a new language. It will challenge your brain to adapt and grow. Studies have confirmed that learning through immersion improves cognitive functions like multitasking, memory retention, and critical thinking. Processing information in a new language exercises different brain areas, enhancing your ability to switch between tasks and solve problems creatively. These cognitive benefits extend beyond language learning, positively impacting other aspects of your personal and professional life. Number 5. Stay motivated with real-life language experiences. Traditional language learning methods can feel monotonous, but immersion keeps things exciting and dynamic. Whether navigating market abroad, watching movies without subtitles, or conversing with locals, these real-world interactions will help you feel alive and relevant within the language you're learning. Additionally, seeing immediate results, like successfully ordering food or understanding a joke, reinforces your progress and motivates you to keep going. This consistent engagement can sustain your enthusiasm even through challenging aspects of language learning. Number 6. Build confidence in speaking a new language. Sometimes speaking a new language can be intimidating, but immersion offers the perfect environment to break down these barriers. Regular interaction with native speakers allows you to practice without the fear of judgment, as mistakes can be seen as part of the learning process. Over time, your improved fluency and understanding helps you feel more comfortable expressing yourself. This boosting confidence extends to various contexts, from casual conversation to formal presentations, making you a more effective communicator. So, how long does it actually take to learn a new language? Excuse me. Learning a new language takes time, which is overwhelmingly dependent on 3 factors: your attitude, the time it takes you spend with the language, and your attentiveness to the language. Although it can be difficult to answer the question directly of how long it takes to learn a new language, it is important to remember that there are so many factors which influence the answer and the amount of time required to learn language. However, based on the US Foreign Service Institute, they have divided the language into 4 main groups, with each difficulty changing the length of time it takes to learn a new language. Remember that this is for people who are starting as a native English speaker. Group 1. For this group, it takes 480 hours to reach on average to reach fluency. Languages in Group 1 are French, German, Indonesian, Italian, Portuguese, Romanian, Spanish, and Swahili. Group 2. It also takes 480 hours. In this group is Bulgarian, Burmese, Greek, Hindi, Persian, and Urdu. Group 3 and 4, it takes 720 hours. In Group 3, there is Cambodian, Czech, Finnish, Hebrew, Hungarian, Lao, Polish, Russian, Serbo-Croatian, Thai, Turkish, and Vietnamese. In Group 4 is Arabic, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. So, now you understand how long it should take on average, depending on the language you're learning. Here are some methods of learning a language through cultural immersion, or immersion in general. As we're coming up to the new year, as I record this, is learning a language going to be one of your New Year's resolutions? Is there a language you wanted to learn for a while? Is there another reason why it entices you? Regardless of the reason, being able to immerse yourself into the culture and target language will bring you a lot more progress than if you didn't. Although we say it is important to immerse yourself in a language, how quickly do you do that? Here are 5 ways to do so. Number 1, communicate when you can. As mentioned previously, one key success to learning a language through immersion is understanding how to surround yourself with native speakers and communicate. Local exchange programs in the country, whether speak the target language or local conversation groups, are 2 ways that may help for you to interact with your target language. On the other hand, when you create new friends with those who speak the target language, this will also help you speak from a distance to ensure that you can always speak it regardless of where you are. You don't have to be in the country. Number 2, go just above your target level, or the level at which you speak in this language. Pushing yourself too much can be demotivating and frustrating when you realise that you can't understand what people are saying and you don't have enough vocabulary to understand. However, if you don't push yourself, you won't be able to learn a lot at all. To fix this issue, the first step is to understand your level. You need to decide how good you are at the language and then start speaking and interacting with people just above your level. Ensure that you're practicing and pushing yourself enough to make good progress, but don't burn yourself out and overwhelm yourself. Number 3, practice little and often. Regular practice becomes even more powerful when immersing yourself in another country to learn a language. Take advantage of being surrounded by the language at all times by engaging in daily interactions. Greet your neighbours, ask for help at the local market, or join a morning exercise group. These frequent small moments of practice will help you absorb the language naturally. Immersion in the country means you're constantly surrounded by opportunities to listen, speak, and understand the language in its real-life context, accelerating your language far more effectively than isolated study sessions. Number 4, avoid speaking your native language. Whilst you're in a foreign country, relying on the native language can create a barrier to complete immersion. While it's tempting to stick to familiar words or seek out other speakers of your native tongue, this habit slows down your progress. It prevents you from fully experiencing the environment, especially as you speak with those who talk about the language you want to learn. It's important to make an effort to use the local language in all interactions, even if you make mistakes, whether at a cafe, on public transport, or attending a local event. Challenge yourself to think and communicate. Number 5. Lastly, but most importantly, embrace local culture. Cultural immersion is essential to language learning when living in another country. Dive into the community's daily life, traditions, and practices to understand the language. Attend festivals, join cooking classes to learn traditional dishes, or participate in local sports. These experiences expose you to cultural nuances embedded in your language, such as idioms, humour, and gestures. The more you engage in the culture, the more context and meaning you'll add to your vocabulary, meaning your language learning journey isn't just about the words, but also genuinely connecting with people and their way of life. Additionally, final statement, now that you understand how to master a new language or cultural immersion, being able to find a language partner is also crucial while understanding the new cultures and languages. This is why when you're in these new locations, while you're traveling and trying to immerse yourself in the culture. Try and make new friends. Try and use apps such as HelloTalk to embrace yourself in the culture and meet new people. This will also help you improve your languages. Thank you for listening to this podcast of how to immerse yourself into cultural immersion through mastering a new language. Bye for now.